All right, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? If you're asking, I'm doing great. I'm always doing great. All right, because we all know I don't add any negativity to the situation. So basically, today we're going to talk about this thing. It's called the Chosen One's pandemic, epidemic. Okay, apparently there's an epidemic going on because there are people out here that are saying things like either and like I said, this has to do with the chosen ones subject, and I'm opening up the dialogue for discussion so we could talk about it, because I'm not talking as if I know everything about the subject. I'm trying to get a clear understanding of it, so I want to have a dialogue about it so we can get some clarity. We can get some clarity on the subject, okay? Because there's people out here on the internet that are, I don't know if they're like telling everybody on the internet like they're a chosen one. I don't know if people are saying because saying that the people that are viewing their channels are chosen ones. It's just a very complicated issue, okay? Then the subject uh, comes up like, well, what's the definition? Like, I want to know, like, what's the definition from everybody's perspective of what a chosen one is? Okay, because it's such a broad statement. Okay, so when, like, if you even read the Bible is going to say, many are called, but few are chosen. It's going to say things like, the road leading off to righteousness is narrow. It's narrow, and few people are finding it. And the road leading off to destruction is wide and it's spacious. Okay, so I believe it needs to be discussed. Now, from my point of view, when I hear the word chosen one, I'm automatically thinking I'm automatically thinking about the 144,000. Okay, the people who are sealed in the Bible in Revelations chapter 7 and chapter 14. Okay, so my mind is automatically talking about that. It automatically refers back to that. Now, that's up for clarity. Like, when we're talking about, when the public is talking about the chosen ones, are they referring to the 144,000? It's very confusing. It's very confusing. Okay, so the description of the 144,000 in chapter 14 is going to say things like, they have God's name written on their forehead. There's a song. There's a song that only they can learn. Only they can learn this song. So, and these are 12,000 out of every tribe of Israel that are taken. Okay, which make the 144,000. So, with all the people on the internet, with all the people that's on the internet that think that they're a chosen one, if we're referring to the 144,000, that number is very limited. That number is very limited. So, yeah. Okay. Now, there's a YouTuber. He goes by the name of New Breed, and I listened to him. I listened to him a little while ago, and he brought out the fact that he had coined the phrase "chosen one," and there's no disrespect to New Breed. Okay, I respect New Breed, what he's been doing, so I don't want it to be any kind of conflict. Okay, but once again, okay, like, I haven't heard any clarity on what a chosen one is. So basically, yeah. So I've heard things like the chosen ones are God's people. They're God's people, Israel. Okay, but uh, not all of God's people, so to speak, are God's people. They're His people, but yeah, they went astray. They went astray. You know, the Bible talks about the 2/3 of God's people that's not going to make it. Okay, so that still needs to be up for debate. So uh in this episode, we're going to talk about what my opinion is as far as the chosen, who they are, okay, and then we're going to touch on a controversial issue about why the majority of people who say that they are with my Maury Povich voice are not are not a chosen one. Okay, and that's gonna be real controversial. And I don't want to. My mission is not to hurt nobody's feelings, but I think that there has to be clarity. There has to be clarity on this subject because it's like what's been pointed out. It's looking like it's ego, like people egos have been stroked, and everybody who feels like you got people hating on you, you know, people on your job is hating on you, you're a chosen one, you know, you and your family have disagreements, you're a chosen one, you don't feel like you should work a 9 to 5, you're a chosen one. It's all these things where people are just associating with, you know, I'm on that. I'm with that group. I'm with that group. Okay, so it's looking like a real like ego stroke thing where people may just want to be special, feel special, or this and that. Okay, but I pointed out in the past where I uh, touched on the chosen ones briefly. I touched on it briefly. And when I touched on it, I asked the question of, well, what are your qualifications? Okay, like what are your qualifications for saying that? Okay, because my opinion on the subject is that if you are 144,000, okay, my opinion is that uh you've been sealed a while ago. Okay, something supernatural has occurred in your life that you've been trying to figure out, like what it's about, and it's something very supernatural that doesn't happen to everybody. It doesn't happen to everybody. It only happens to a few, and you've been trying to spend the majority of your life trying to figure it out what that whole supernatural experience was about, and that supernatural experience, like I said, is something that only they know that they've been through. They only know that they've been through it, and most likely, it wasn't just one supernatural experience. Okay, they probably been periodically experiencing supernatural things throughout their life. Okay, so it's they've been prepped. They've been prepped throughout their life. Okay, so when I ask, like, what are your qualifications? Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Okay, if you haven't experienced anything like this, then it's a good chance you're probably not. Okay, you're probably not, and that's not like a bad thing. Okay, you got the 144,000, and then under the 144,000 talks about the great multitude which no man can number. Okay, but like I said, it's levels. It's levels to this thing, and I'm only talking about this specific subject. Okay, now when I'm listening to people on the internet and they're talking about it, I never hear no one talking about this. I never hear nobody talk about this. I only hear about people talking about worldly things. They just talking about just everyday things that's going on. Okay, but my opinion is there's more to the story. Okay, there's more to the story than just that. Okay, and it involves, yeah, okay, you've been touched, like you've been touched by the Most High. Okay, you've been touched by the Most High. He's let you see things that the masses don't get to see, etc., etc. And if you've been through, another thing is, like I said, with knowledge, when you're given a lot of knowledge, because if you're a chosen one, you're given knowledge that people don't get to have. Okay, and that comes at a price. That comes at a price. So your life has probably been very hard. Okay, it's been very hard. Okay, so that goes along with saying I'm a chosen one. I'm one of the 144,000. Okay, it's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. It's a very hard road. Okay. What else? Like I said, okay, regular dynamics don't work. Okay, it's a lonely road. Okay, chosen people the 144,000. They probably don't have a lot of friends. They probably don't have a lot of friends. They probably they live kind of like an isolated life. You know what I mean? They have that magnetic personality because they do have the glow. They do have the glow. People attract to them, etc., etc. But do they really want to be out and involved in the public 24 hours, 7 days a week, or something like that? No, no. They have to spend a lot of time alone. Okay, to deal with their own issues, to work out their own, to work out themselves, to find out who they are on the inside. Okay, it's a lot of self work that has to be done when you're chosen, 144,000. Okay, and also when you really want to hear the Most High, when you really want to talk to God and have Him communicate with you. Okay, that involves being alone a lot. Okay, so that goes along with it, and yeah, all that. So, to my experience, okay, the chosen 144,000, okay, they were chosen, sealed a while ago. Okay, it's not something that just happens today, or you know, or people that's waiting. They're waiting to receive the mark, the seal from God, the Most High. Okay, this has been going on. This is a life journey that they've been going through. Okay, so it's just a very complicated issue. Okay, and also, like I said, as far as the supernatural experience, okay, it mainly has to do with the Holy Spirit. That's what I'm talking about. This supernatural experience. Okay, you've received the Holy Spirit, which is the supernatural experience. And once again, I do not hear that on the internet being brought up. Okay, so like I said, and another thing, 9 times out of 10, if you're 144,000, you're a chosen individual. You're not on the internet telling everybody. You're not just like, oh, it's me, I'm one of them. This and that. You're not out there putting it out there. Okay, because 9 times out of 10, if you're a chosen one, you're 144,000. You're sitting back. You're sitting back in the cut. You're trying to figure everything out, and you're waiting for the Most High. You're waiting for God. Okay, you're waiting for instruction. You're you're fulfilling your purpose. Okay, all of that. You probably already done things in the world which are amazing, which normal people the regular people, the masses, don't do. Okay, based upon knowledge that the masses don't, based upon the knowledge that the masses don't have. Okay, it's a very interesting, complicated situation, but they're not out there saying, just putting it out there, telling people. Okay, so all these people that's out there that's like, it's me. Okay, without pointing out any kind of facts or qualifications or experiences or anything. Okay, nah, you're really going to find out that you're not the one. Okay, you're not the one. And like I said, this ain't to hurt nobody's feelings. This ain't to crush anybody's hopes and dreams or anything like that. Okay, it's basically just to put clarity on this whole issue. Okay, because like what I mentioned, New Breed. New Breed said that this chosen one thing has turned into a religion, some type of religion or something. And it's definitely not about that. It's definitely not about that. So I'm gonna go ahead and end this video right here. You know what I mean? Let's open up the dialogue and let's talk about it. Let's talk about it so that we can level the playing field and see who is who. Is this some type of ego stroke move or something? I don't really know. Okay. So go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you still here, subscribe to the channel. Okay, subscribe right now. And go ahead and hit that like button while you at it. Hit that notification bell so that you can get notified of all my videos coming up. I told you we're going to another level right here. We're going to go to another level in 2024. So you definitely don't want to miss all the action. And comment below, make your comments below, because I definitely want to hear people's opinions about the subject. Am I right? Am I wrong? You're not going to hurt my feelings. Okay. And I love the comments. I do everything I can in my power to respond to the comments. So let's open this up. Like, explain to me, like, what is everybody's definition of a chosen one? Okay, so that I can understand what's going on. Because I told you, when I hear chosen one, I'm thinking 144,000. Okay, so if we're talking about something else, let me know. Okay, let me know. All right. So that's gonna be it for this video. I thank y'all for coming out, chilling with me for a little bit, and that's about it. And I'm gonna hit y'all on the next one. All right. Your man K is out.